Hello, welcome. This pick a card reading is a time-sensitive message that is meant for someone specific. And if you have found your way to this video, I truly am going to say this is meant for you. There's a reason why you found yourself here. I wasn't even actually going to record this. I was just taking down my equipment and Spirit's like, Cheryl, get back at the table. There is a message you need to bring through. So for our card choices, we are going to use one of the tarot cards here to define the energy of each pile before we make our selection. And we've got one more here. Okay, look at that. So for pile number 1, we have the 3 of feathers. And this is about releasing something, whether that's emotional, I'm not sure, but it's also about recovery. For pile number 2, we have the King of Feathers, which is about moving out of the emotional body and more into a place of logic, understanding, and there's also an element of justice for that, okay? So for choice number 3, we have the Page of Acorns, and this is about enthusiasm, exploration, and discovery of new things. So the timestamps, as always, are going to be down below in the description. You can choose one card or you can choose all 3. So you choose whichever piles resonate for you, and I'll get us started in the reading. Hello, group 1. How are you? Okay, so you have chosen the 3 of Feathers, which really is about moving away or out of a situation in your life that maybe has been difficult or challenging. Usually when that card is showing up, it's saying that things have been really emotional. And it is about releasing past traumas, past hurts, and moving forward in your life. It is about recovering, or what's happening now that you're in recovery mode. So the next card that came out, we have the Hermit. So, this is about kind of pulling back. I feel like Spirit is saying that you've been through something tough emotionally, because with the Hermit coming up there, it's saying, you know what, time out. You need to take a break from the world. And whether they mean, maybe slowing your roll on social media and just kind of disengaging a little bit, the Hermit card says that you need to kind of make some space between you and society. This is very much a soul-searching card. And one of the images that I always see in my head as soon as the Hermit card comes up is like, that monk meditating in a cave, and down below is the village. And it is about you kind of making that space for yourself in your world and in your life and giving yourself a reprieve. Like, you need the time to be able to sit within and process whatever this is that you have gone through, okay? Because with that Hermit card, I have to say the other thing that comes with this is wisdom. And it's almost like saying you need to be able to hear your heart and to hear Spirit. There's just so much chaotic energy that is around this right now that it makes that difficult. But this is truly beautiful because we have the swan. And that swan, I'm hoping you can see it. It says peace and healing on the bottom of the card. Now, sorry, it's the star. It's the swan on it. But the star is about a huge awakening, a huge, it's like an enlightenment kind of energies, which so fits with the Hermit. It's almost like shocking. But this is talking about, through this enlightenment energy, that comes this deep understanding and deep healing. And it's almost like, the star comes out at night And it's almost like you need that quietness away from the world to really come into this quiet, peaceful space where nothing's going to trigger you emotionally, where you have the time to be able to really release whatever is in you that needs to get released. Because I am honestly picking up this sudden crying. You know how the most ridiculous thing, you hear one line of a song and you start crying, and it's I don't want to say it's dysregulation. It's not. It's the buildup that needs a release. And with that star, it's talking about really gentle energy is coming in here, and really almost like a transformation, because that swan is truly grace. And I feel like the big part of this message for you is there is this transformation that is going to happen within you with the emotions that you've been experiencing in this, okay? I feel like you guys I wish I could give you a great big hug. You need a hug. You need a safe space. And I hope you know this is your safe space, okay? So the next card out is Companion's Love. That's interesting that card has come out. Okay, let's get the next one. 33, Kuan Yin. So we have a master number 33 with the Holy Trinity, mind, body, soul. And with that, Kuan Yin is also about, oh my goodness, forgiveness and compassion. And this one is about past lives, the past, connection. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm getting excited. I do understand what this is saying. So for some of you, I am going to say that whatever this hurt is, it has come through relationship. And whether that is an intimate relationship or through partnership, with the Companion's Love card coming out, it's telling me that this is the area of both your wounding and your healing. You know, it's got that Chiron kind of energy to it, that it's this area in your heart, in this intimacy and connection that needs to happen. However, in order to get to that, first you need to deal with the issues that have caused you hurt around intimacy and connection. And that makes so much sense why the Kuan Yin card has come, because Kuan Yin, this is from the Path of the Soul deck, and in my write-up, the energy that came with this fractal was this one of forgiveness, but it's forgiveness of self, primary and foremost. Forgiveness of self for any actions you may have taken, for any choices and decisions that you may have made, that only in hindsight could you look back and say that was the wrong choice. But was it the wrong choice? Because it was what you needed to do in order to be where you are now, in order to facilitate this beautiful healing that is coming through for you. And with this also comes compassion for yourself. And the reason I'm saying it's for you is because first you have to start with you. And then you can step into that place of, okay, am I emotionally settled now? And have I moved out of my past, the hurt in the situation, to be able to really assess this and see the higher lessons, understand them, and say, okay, I don't forgive their actions, but I forgive the person, right? Like those actions, I will never accept this again. However, I can forgive that person and move on with my life. And I feel like, that's why this is a time-sensitive message, because you have to come back to that place of compassion. And I have to say, with this card showing up here, these are like theater masks, and it's about the masks that we wear. And either it's the masks that we wear in life as we go along, or the skin suits that we've put on and have worn in different lives. And so this is going to be different for each of you, but I feel like I'm not really keen on the word karmic, but for lack of a better word, I'm going to say it feels like this is a releasing of karmic energy, like of wounds that have happened repeatedly in your past, in this life, and in other lives. And it's this whole clearing out of energy that's happening to put you in a place so that you can have that happy, beautiful connection with other people that your soul is craving and needing. You just need some healing first. Beautiful. And we have the expression card. And truly, we can't really express the truth of who we are if it's all covered up with the stuff that we're carrying around from our past. And that's the card right there. And, sensuality. The expression of sensuality. Okay. So, sometimes when they say sensuality, they can mean softness. However, this is coming around sexuality, your sensuality, your mojo, if you want to put it that way. And I feel like in some ways you guys have lost the feeling of having your mojo. And there's a bit of a disconnect here. And it's almost like you need to bridge these two sides of yourself back together so that when you are in that place of expressing your sensuality, that it's being done in a healthy, happy, good for everybody sort of way, that it's not in I have nothing else to offer except for this, so that's what I'm going to offer any potential partner that comes along. Or that hurts me and I've had hurts around that in the past, so I'm just going to suppress it and squish it and pretend I don't have any of that. And so you will know, because it's a group reading, which really resonates for you. But they really are talking about coming back into that healthy, happy, balanced expression of that through this amazing healing process. This is all, you're releasing it all. You truly are. Now we have life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it. Wow. Okay. So it's time to take a retreat. It's time to take a time out and really get back to yourself, get back into center. You have a bit more healing to do, my love, and give yourself that time. Your outlook on yourself right now isn't at 100%. You're kind of riding down here. And that's why this timeout and why this was so time sensitive, I completely understand. I am sending you so much love, so much support, and I hope that you watch one of the other readings so that you get more information to kind of give you something to look forward to, because after this beautiful healing, things will open up for you. They will. As always, you know I love you. I can't wait to see you again. Mwah. Take care. Hi, group 2. Okay, so that King of Feathers is about logic. It's about coming into a place where you're able to rationalize in a healthy way what's happening and not be emotionally reactive to situations. But the other word that comes along with this card is justice. So it's a restoring of balance. It's a restoring of the right energy, the best energy, if you want to put it that way. Oh, look at this. So we have the 6 of Feathers, which is about transition. So I have to say, with that card, it talks about you're moving out of whatever situation this is that you've been in into something new. And there's usually a releasing and letting go that happens with that. But with this, it also says there's a lot of insight that happens for you, where you gain that wisdom and knowledge and go, yeah, okay, I see what the heck went on here in the past. And I'm not going to be that reactive person anymore. It is talking about you moving from that. And here we have the Chariot, which literally is about breaking free from the past. I feel like this is all that what this is really talking about. You being this stronger, better, more balanced version of you. And that Chariot card takes determination. It takes strength to break the chains of the past. And, this is a time-sensitive message. And I feel like Spirit is saying, don't give up on you. Don't give up on yourself. You keep going because you are progressing. You are moving forward in this. Oh my gosh. And we have the Traveler, which I wasn't even going to pull, but it came out with it. And that Traveler, it's the very first card in the tarot. It's a 0. And this is talking about a new path, a new adventure, new. And there's an enthusiasm, and it's the potential of things that you don't even know could possibly be out there are here on your path coming up ahead. So no wonder they stuck this one here. And I have to say, with the Traveler card, there is also an element of time. And it's almost, I wouldn't say like time travel, but skipping time, timelines, changing timelines, being in charge of saying, I've been in this energy and I am going to consciously manifest skipping into the right timeline for me. I don't want to say better. I just want to say one that's more congruent with who you are. And it was stuck together. Oh, okay. So we have the Intuitive Arts Guide, and it's the Path of the Soul deck we're using today. This is my first deck. Okay. And we have Path of the Soul. Right. So what a reminder Spirit is giving you guys today. Oh, Shen Rizzi. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to start with him. Where I was saying that determination to break free of your past, that there's a whole potential in a new timeline. And then we get Shen Rizzi, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's almost like this Buddhist deity in here with the big, in Buddhism, they have the Buddhas with the big ears. And it's rare that shapes actually show up in the fractals. So to have a deity show up in the fractal it's powerful. Anyhow, Shen Rizzi is about really coming into understanding the power of yourself as a manifester in what you are creating in your life. And this is like the ultimate wild card of, like, it's talking about abundance. It's talking about the good things coming in. And I feel like they are saying, like, you're coming into this place of balance and truly, honestly, breaking free of these patterns that have been happening in your life. And the reason I'm saying don't give up on yourself, that energy just comes right in here, because it almost feels like, you can feel defeated sometimes by life. But I know sometimes people get triggered when I say this, but we do experience difficult things and challenging things in our lives because it is a part of what our soul needs to experience. It doesn't mean you consciously as a human agree, but your spiritual self and soul wanted those experiences for you to grow, evolve, and expand above them. You cannot know the light until you have experienced darkness to say, that's light. So the reason I'm saying that is because we have the Path of the Soul card. And this is like we are inside the spine, looking up the spinal column, going straight up and connecting to the heavens. And this card says that you have been through difficulties and you've been through challenges, but that you are on a journey of the soul to higher awareness, higher enlightenment. And again, it carries that same energy of don't give up on yourself. Even though that part of your path was difficult, it doesn't mean it's going to continue to be difficult. And that you are evolving as a soul through this journey. And there's something truly amazing waiting for you here. And we also have the Intuitive Arts Guide. And with that card coming out, it's saying that your intuitive gifts, they are very, very real. And they are a part of this clearing out that's happening. This breaking free is creating this space for you to really come into yourself in a very empowered way with your intuitive gifts and your own intuitive personal connection to spirit, to be able to follow that guidance and receive that wisdom that is so completely here for you. So we'll just quickly grab out a couple of our kindness. Oh, how beautiful. So that's 29 is an 11. We'll put that there. And I am going to say that's about kindness for yourself. Oh my goodness. And we have a 22, friendship. Okay. See, that's where I feel like they're saying that support and love that you need, it is here, or it is coming in for you to just hold on, because you have both an 11 and a 22. The 11 is the challenge. 22 is stepping into the mastery. Do you see what it's talking about here? So I feel like they're talking about you shifting into this timeline that is a lot more gentle and kind, and feeling more of that gentle and kindness coming back to you from the world around you, if you want to say it that way. And then, of course, there is, a part of this is new friendships, healthy friendships, and people who are aligned to you mentally and spiritually. And so we have a quote: "To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist. That is all." Okay. So this is saying that this isn't about you just existing. This is about you excelling and breaking free. So I hope you enjoyed your message. If you feel like there was another pile that resonated for you, I feel like you'll get way more understanding if you watch that other pile too. As always, you know I love you. I cannot wait to see you again next week. Mwah. Take care. Hi, Group 3. How are you? Okay, so you have chosen the page of Acorns. And this one, as well as enthusiasm, discovering new things, there's new ventures happening here, new ideas and creative insights, so to speak. And we have the King of Shells. Okay. And let's see what else we have. Oh, beautiful. We have the Emperor. So this is, there's a lot of strength coming through in the cards oh, look at that. I pulled 2. I was going to say by accident, but it's not an accident. We have the 10 of Acorns and we have the Empress. Okay. So even though this is more than I wanted to pull, they've come out for a reason. So new adventures, new ideas, new things happening here. And then we have the Empress is like, we have the Emperor and the Empress. Okay. So what this is saying is you're coming into this balance of energies, because the Empress represents like divine feminine, if you want to put it that way. So that soft, nurturing, inflow energy, emotionally balanced, and very intuitive, very tuned into the world and to yourself. And then we have the Emperor, which is divine masculine. And they're talking about you are coming into this balance of energy where you're still in that intuitive spiritual center, operating out of that, and having the drive and direction in moving forward in your life. Now, the Emperor does come with the energy of like Saturn, of being seen as an authority in some sort of way. And the Empress carries the energy of abundance, which is why they chose a rabbit to represent her, because it is almost like being pregnant with possibilities and an abundance of, whether that's ideas or actual monetary gain coming through this. This is pretty amazing. But along with that, Emperor being like you being seen as an authority, they're literally backing it up here with the King of Shells, because that seahorse is talking about energetically and mentally being very balanced in how you maneuver yourself in life. But it also talks about being seen and respected either in your community or socially, or publicly, like whatever the word is that you want with that. And the other word that comes with the King of Shells is harmony. So there's this beautiful, balanced energy. It feels like when they say harmony, what comes into me is this feeling of you feeling like you are in harmony with life, that, you aren't just observing it and then working really hard to try to make things happen, but that you are coming into this flow of like working symbiotically, like in conjunction with everything in life. And so it does have that master manifester sort of energy. But it's interesting that they're talking about you being some sort of authority. And then the other card that we have here, the 10 of Acorns, this one is about responsibility, having to manage or deal with multiple things at one time. It's also about the dedicating yourself to certain things and certain projects. And I feel like there's something new that you are going to be involved in. And with the choice of the Page of Acorns, I feel like this is yours, that you are the initiator, the starter. And they're kind of saying, this is where things are going to be going with that, but that there's going to take a lot of responsibility, and you're going to feel like you're carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders in this, and you're going to question, like, can I do this? Am I strong enough? Can I bring this to fruition in the way that I want? And I feel like the whole message here is yes, 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 absolutely yes. And I feel like you're going to be successful in this in more ways than you actually realize. Oh my goodness. So we have the creative card. So this is from my first deck, Path of the Soul. These are all fractals if you're new to the channel. Hi. Okay, we have Royal Order. There's something about energy going on here. And we have the Bull Guide card. Okay. So I have to say, it feels like, a part of this message is talking about have to deal with people and take on situations that maybe you aren't naturally, you don't normally find yourself in these sort of situations. And I'm saying that because we have the Bull Guide card here. And that Bull Guide is talking about needing to draw a line, set boundaries. Like the strongest word that comes with Bull Guide card is boundaries. And I feel like in what this is that you guys are doing, because it's sort of new territory, it's almost like you've stepped into a new land and you aren't really familiar with all the wildlife around. And you've got to kind of like really step up and say, okay, this is my boundaries. This is where I'm feeling comfortable and this is where I'm not. You cannot step in through past this. It's really asking you to step into this leadership sort of role in whatever this is that you're doing. But the Bull Guide card is not talking about confrontation because they're talking more inside, energetically setting boundaries and saying, no, this doesn't fly. I don't accept that behavior or this, because you're going to have so much of your energy is going to be focused on getting this next, I feel like I'm saying 4 to 5 months, this project, getting it birthed and out there. And I have to say, if you have been feeling like your energy is lower, boy, you do not have to worry about that, because this is an uplifting of your energy in a way that is so intense and so powerful. Now, I have to say, if you're like, what are you talking about? I don't have any idea. I don't have something that I'm working toward. You will be. That, like, this is saying you've got something that you are moving forward with that is your own, that you're in charge. It's your project, your baby, your business, your new thing. That's what this is talking about. And so if you don't feel like you have anything like that right now, that's why you're seeing this message. The next card that we have here is the creative card. And this is like, in this fractal, it's like the energy coming from the ether into formation in the physical world. So in one sense, it's talking about your force as a creator, as a creator soul, and creating your reality. But I feel like they're talking about creating this whatever this is. And because it's a group reading, it's going to be different for each of you. But it really is going to once you get into this, if you aren't already, it's going to feel like a lot of weight and responsibility. And so your energy management is going to be important. And I feel like that's why the Bull Guide card is here, like learning to say no to people, because a lot of us do have a problem saying no and setting our boundaries so that you have the energy to invest where it really needs to go and not in other things to appease other people. And the other reason I'm saying that is because we have the Royal Order card. And this one is talking about taking care of your physical vessel, right? Of taking care of your health, and your energy levels directly affect your health. When we feel run down, we end up, needing to take a couple days time out or suffering through feeling really terrible and trying to work, and that doesn't work. And that Royal Order card is saying you need to take care of you, so make sure that you are eating properly, that you are getting your time to rest, getting proper sleep, drinking enough water, doing all of those things. You guys have I'm going to say this feels like this is part of your path and purpose in doing this, stepping out. And it also gives me the feeling of moving out in the world in a greater way somehow. Okay, so we have the honesty card. And I feel like that's talking about, okay, that is definitely our card. And we have multi-dimensionality. Okay. So that is that whole thing about the energy that I'm talking about here, multi-dimensionality, that this is happening on multiple levels. So make sure that you are staying grounded and doing your spiritual work, because it's so easy to put those self-care kind of things to the side when you're busy with a lot of things. And that's saying that this is equally as important as everything else. And I feel like the biggest part of this message is that the relationship energy that is coming through with us, that I feel like this is where the biggest challenge is truly going to lie. And that's why this is a time-sensitive message, because they're kind of giving you this heads up now so that you can get into a good routine and keep yourself in that state of passion and feeling excited about what it is you're doing and about life itself. So don't let people or relationships drag you down, because sometimes that does happen. And I just want to get out our quotes and let's see, what do we have here? Okay. A single sunbeam is enough to drive away many shadows. And I love that, because that truly is you. You are that sunbeam. And the shadows, I feel that they're talking about again, is that area in relationship that is going to be where you're getting challenged, but it's only so that you can step up into your power and into this leadership sort of role that you're being asked to. I hope you liked your reading. If you did, please do sprinkle some love on the like button for me. And as always, you know I love you. I cannot wait to see you again. Take care.